John and I, Winslow, we started changing the keel bolts. We have a Beneteau Oceanus 390 that we use for the sailing school, and the keel bolts needed to be changed, so we ordered them from St. Bart's Yachts in Charleston. They shipped them to us, and Winslow and I started doing what we could with them, and then we could not get the torque on them. I think it needed like 190 pounds, so we called Tony, who has every tool that you could ever need.
Hi, I'm Tony.
And I'm Kathy.
And welcome to our adventures on Dreamweaver.
Okay, so I'm here with Tony with Sailing Vessel Dreamweaver. And Captain John, he's one of our instructors at the Myrtle Beach Sailing School. And we have been working on a project, myself and one of our students has become a good friend of mine. You've seen him on Tony's videos before. That is the John Winslow.
The one that talks so much and the women are crazy over.
So John and I, Winslow, we started changing the keel bolts. We have a Beneteau Oceanus 390 that we use for the sailing school, and the keel bolts needed to be changed, so we ordered them from St. Bart's Yachts in Charleston. They shipped them to us, and Winslow and I started doing what we could with them, and then we could not get the torque on them. I think it needed like 190 pounds, so we called Tony, who has every tool that you could ever need, and he was able to come down today to try to help us finish the project. So I was explaining to Tony and John Hall what what we were working on, and kind of had the process we went through. So basically, it took forever. You can see the Beneteau. I know there's other footage of this online, but you can see here the era of Beneteaus that in the I guess late 80s, early to mid 90s. They used these bolts that a lot of times the heads would rust, and I'm going to point the camera down to that real quick. But the good thing is, just like they said, the actual bolt itself, the stem of it, I don't know what you would call it, where the threads are, they're pristine. They said that would be the case. They did send us new rods, I think is the term they use for it. I'll show you that. And you can see those are a lot longer on the top than the bolts we had. So Tony and John and I are now here trying to figure out how we're going to get a socket that's not even close to the length that we need. So we're going to do a little bit of planning here to finish out the project. So what we did, John Winslow and I, we basically, with those rusted tops, we needed to clean them up really good, and I bought all types of different millimeter sockets online because as they were rusting on the side, I think they called for like a 20, maybe a 30 mil, 31, something like that, and I think we've used as low as like a 29 or a 28 mil. Trying to think here. So we cleaned those up. We took them off one by one, and oh yeah, here's what they look like, just to give you an idea. Tony just pointed to the original ones that were on there. You can see here that the heads were kind of rusted, still in good shape. I think we only had 2 out of the 11 or 13 where the heads are really bad off, but then the actual threaded area looks really, really good. So Winslow and I, we removed all but one. We had one we could not get to, which we're going to deal with today. And some of them we replaced with the new rods, like that there, and these over here. And then other ones, after we cleaned them up, and I'm going to show you these 4 here in a moment, they looked really good once we cleaned them up. So they still had the integrity of the bolt top part of it. I'm not sure the technical terms. I'll have to get with Tony on that a little bit later, but I'll show you those real quick. Now we're just trying to troubleshoot, brainstorm some ideas on how to get the sockets around. We're probably going to end up having to grind off those rods a little bit. These were the deepest ones I could find. I'm sure they make longer ones, but didn't want to spend $1 billion on this project. Anyway.
So one thing about it, when you're re-tapping these bolts, make sure that you can do the pretzel move. Because like where Jason's under the table, he's a contortionist. I didn't know that before, but now I finally figured it out that he can actually put his legs over his head or something, because he's almost there. So it's kind of tough getting down in there. Okay, I wanted to explain measurements a little bit. We're going to be measuring in foot-pounds. Now what a foot-pound is a bar 1 foot long with a 1 pound weight hanging on the end of it 1 foot out. And that will create a rotational torque of 1 foot-pound. The way the torque multiplier works is it has a 5-to-1 ratio. So if you need 110 foot-pounds of torque, then it would be divided by 5. You'll only have to input 22 foot-pounds. So you plug your torque wrench into the torque multiplier, then put your socket on the other side of the output of the torque multiplier, and you'll be able to put 22 foot-pounds of torque input and get 110 foot-pounds output to the nuts. So here's John and Jason. Jason's got the big arm on it down there with the torque multiplier, tightening up a Keel bolt.
Breaking my back.
110 pounds, foot-pounds. But with the multiplier, we only have to do 22. That's what he's doing to get 110. So yeah, it's working out. We already tightened 2. It's doing a great job. Think I'll be going, everybody go like, yeah, but. Next episode on Dreamweaver. Here we are with Brian on Tipsy Turtle, and we're in the middle of another one of his fabulous excursions. So anyway.